And I must say personally, having, being familiar with your community for so many years, this is absolutely amazing to see so many young people and so many young families back in Sherway. It makes your heart jump every time I come to visit somebody in Sherway now, and I see kids playing on the streets and young families, and it's absolutely wonderful. So thank you to all the new people that have come to really create a lot of new energy in the community here. I think it's incredible. We have a wonderful bunch of partners on this. I would like to acknowledge our federal member of parliament, Sven Spengemann, and I'd also like to thank him for the work that he did on making sure that we could get extra funding that we needed to revitalize this park. So thank you very much, Sven. Terrific job. And we also have with us Steph Sherpansky, who is our manager of park development. Steph, give a big wave. Steph, interestingly enough, and he'll probably tell you about this, he built the first park that was here. So I'm sure he'll want to, tell us a little bit about that. We also have Ryan Enright, who's the president of SHORA, and Obaid Yarkin, the principal of the school here, who's been very kind to let us use the parking lot tonight. So I'm going to turn this over now. I'll be emceeing. We're going to have a few people speak, and then we're going to cut a ribbon, and then we're all going to go plant some trees, and then we'll be hungry and we'll want to eat some hamburgers. The best part. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sven Spengemann.
Thank you so much, Jim, and welcome everybody. Great to see you here on what is now, I think, officially spring. It's a beautiful day, the sun is out, and people are out in the streets, and I just want to say a few things about our parks. Parks are tremendously important. As you may know, it's our 150th, right? So we're celebrating Canada's 150th anniversary, and as a result of that, all our federal parks are free. So if you're thinking of visiting any of our federal parks, make sure you get your pass. Contact my office if you haven't gotten it yet. We've done that as a gesture to celebrate our country across the nation. We've also got terrific provincial parks and, of course, municipal parks and local parks like this one. And I think it's very much part of the fabric of our society, of our communities, to be out and about, to celebrate, to get together in parks, to have our children play, but also to interact socially, to form networks, and to enjoy the surroundings right here in our community. So I'm incredibly grateful for the city, for all the work that it's doing in bringing our parks to where they are today. Jim Tovey, of course, city management, city staff, and our volunteers. We've got some tree planting coming up later. Leslie and I, earlier this morning, were down at Rattray Marsh. We were pulling some garlic mustard. So there was the Credit Valley Conservation Authority that does a lot of work in the watershed to make sure that the ecology is right and that things are clean and user-friendly. And also teaching young people, teaching all of us about ecology, about what's part of our parks, about the animals and the plants that are right around us here in Mississauga. And diversity is improving all over the place. If you look around, it's really quite extraordinary. Once we started to take the environment seriously, bit by bit, year by year, decade by decade, things improved. And I think this park here also is very much an example of that. So I'm really grateful. And the one thing I want to say is that when we do these kinds of projects, Jim mentioned the federal government and the funding, and yes, that's very important, but it's the federal government, the province, and the city that in so many instances more and more are walking side by side, working hand in hand with the community, with our ratepayer groups, with our community organization here, and with our schools. So it's very important that we all get onto the same side of the table when it comes to the environment, when it comes to making sure that our community is in the best shape that it can be. And this, again, is an example. So I'm super grateful to be here. My thanks to all of you, and look forward to the grand opening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sven. I'd now like to ask Steph Sherpansky, our manager of Parks Development, to say a few words about the construction of the park.
Good morning, everyone. Together with Councillor Tovey and all the other dignitaries and representatives here, I just want to welcome you to the reopening of Laughton Heights Park. And as Jim said, about 20 years ago, I was the project manager who put the first park in, so life goes full circle. This playground here is one of 8 that we were successful in receiving funding from the Government of Canada through FedDev Ontario through a program called Canada 150 Community Infrastructure Program. Can everyone hear me? The investment that we received from the Government of Canada was $2.13 million, which the city also matched. In playgrounds, we've invested $1.2 million in those 8 playgrounds. The program, the Canada 150 program, is to celebrate Canada's 150th anniversary, and it's intended to leave a lasting legacy, giving a gift back to Canada. So what you see here today is my staff developed this Canada 150 playground, and what we've done, besides our regular playground redevelopment program, is we've expanded it to be more accessible, therapeutic, and more playful. We've also included what you see behind you, outdoor fitness elements, which we hope will appeal to everyone in the community, sort of something for all ages while you're here. You know, as Jim was saying, playgrounds are all important to all our parks, and as Sven was saying, we hope this one will provide many happy memories for you and your families. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day here today.
Thank you very much, Steph. I'd now like to invite Ryan Enright. He's the new, well, fairly new president of SHORA, and Ryan's actually my wife taught Ryan in high school, so Lee has told me all about Ryan. Yeah, and it was all good. It was all good, and I'm just thrilled to be working with Ryan and the new executive. They're so great to work with. That's all I'm going to have to say. And Ryan can say a few words on behalf of the community.
Hi, Sherway. Everybody hear me? All right. So my name is Ryan Enright, and I am the current president of the Sherway Homeowners and Recreation Association, which you'll know affectionately as SHORA. We're in the middle of celebrating our 40th year as an association, and I'll tell you, today is a very happy day for Sherway. Thank you for coming. It's really good to see a turnout like this, and you can tell a lot of smiling faces, and I can tell that you're all happy too. When we last spoke about this new park announcement at our last SHORA AGM in October at ISNA, we didn't really understand at the time what we were getting. We had some details, and I'm sure you'll agree with me that this new playground and fitness area is fantastic for the kids and adults of Sherway. So I have many thank yous today. So I'm going to sound like a bit of a tape recorder, so bear with me. This wouldn't have happened without two levels of government coming together. Thank you to Jim Tovey and the City of Mississauga for identifying this opportunity and applying for the funds needed to do the project. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened. And thank you to Sven Spengemann and the federal government for funding this new park with Canada 150 Infrastructure Funding Program, FedDev. This park also wouldn't be here without your funding, so thank you. And somebody actually had to do the work of blowing up the old park, putting in the new one. So thank you to Parks Development at the City of Mississauga for all the construction that was organized here, and you guys did a really great job. Thank you. And that brings us to today. Councillor Tovey, thank you for taking care of today, looking after the barbecue and refreshments, printing the flyers, giving us your resources, and lining up the tree planting when we asked for it. The trees planted today will be around for, I hope, a very long time. And the planting is pretty symbolic. It shows that the city is invested in Sherway and Laughton Heights Park. And with the labor that we're all going to do today, because I see you all have closed-toed shoes, so we're all going to be planting. With the labor that we're going to put in today, it shows that the residents of Sherway are also invested. Two people have done an unbelievable amount of work in organizing today. Shafie in Councillor Tovey's office and Grace, SHORA's Director of Events, have been working every day for months on today's event, so thank you both. And the SHORA volunteers, yes, thank you. And the SHORA volunteers that you'll see running around today making today's event run, thank you. You'll see them around with name tags like what I'm wearing. Say hi to them, they're nice people, and they're your neighbors. And since this was done with Canada 150 funding, I personally look forward in 25 years to doing this again with Sven Spengemann and Councillor Tovey, celebrating our new park again, paid for with Canada 175 money. Can we set that up, gentlemen? You think so? Okay. So that's it. Thank you, guys. Have a great day today.
Yeah, Lee always told me I've got this funny kid in one of my dance classes. And I'm like, okay, there he is. That was great. Thank you very much. It's also my pleasure and privilege right now to ask Obaid Yarkham, the principal of the ISNA School, to come and say a few words. I know the history here, and I know when the school was first opened, there was a lot of emotion attached to the school. But I would just like to say to the principal that we are a wonderfully open and inclusive community here in Mississauga and in Sherway, and we're very proud to have your educational institution here that's teaching children, teaching young people about inclusion, about diversity, and about kindness to all people. So, and I'd also like to thank you for letting us use your parking lot today, but welcome and thank you for being part of our community.
Greetings and salutations to everyone. Thank you for coming today. I've been here since 2005, and growing up in the East End, I could say this is one of the best neighborhoods I've seen in the country. So it's a very peaceful, pleasant place. Our patrons, our students, they really love the park. They love the neighborhood. I'm reaching out to everybody here today that if you need anything for the neighborhood from our school, our doors are open. Our doors are open for you. Just come to us. If you have any concerns regarding the park, the usage, please feel free to come to us. I'm working with Ryan and Grace. We've discussed different issues about the traffic and stuff. We are definitely committed for the safety of not only our children, but all the children in the park. Each child to us is one of our children as well. I'd also like to thank our members of Parliament and Council, and of course Park and Recreation, and Mr. Doherty, who I usually see. He's not here today, but I would like to congratulate them on a fantastic project. The students were watching the construction regularly during the day, and it was very exciting. And once the park opened, you could see the happiness on everyone's face. So again, I congratulate all of you, and please, our school has been here now for over 30 years, and we are definitely looking forward to working with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just a few more quick thank yous, and then we will cut the ribbon to officially open the playground. I'd like to thank our 1 million tree planting program. They're over there. So thank you for coming, and you'll notice they have the coolest t-shirts and any of the t-shirts in the city of Mississauga. I'd also like to, of course, thank SHORA for their co-sponsoring this event. That was absolutely great. Also like to mention that Animal Services and Library Services will be doing fun interactive presentations for the kids at 1:30 p.m. at the tennis court under the tents. So oh yeah, that's all set up. So that's great. And lastly, I would really like to thank, in particular, Grace Maniconi, the events coordinator, and my administrative. Yeah, let's hear it. Come on. Yeah. And of course, my administrative assistant, Shafia Yassin, who's been outstanding, actually. When Shafia started working with us about 4.5 years ago, I told her what to do. Now she tells me what to do. So I think she's worked out absolutely perfectly.
Grace is going to say a few words.
Oh, Grace wants to say a few words? Okay, come on, Grace. Come on. Okay.
That's me telling you what to do again.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I need that, Shafi. Thanks.
I think they've covered all the thank yous. I'm too short for this. But I just want to do some housekeeping. We can use the washrooms here, as well as there will be food and beverage at the tent at the very far right of me, where the tree planting, that'll start at 12 o'clock. I just wanted to tell you that it's been a great honor to serve you all as the events director of Sherway Homeowners Association this past year. It's been a great honor. I want to personally thank my family for putting up with all my, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to take this day off, you have to do this, and so I want to thank you all for that. I want to thank Shafia. We worked really hard on this, and I'm so pleased, especially our student volunteers who have come out on several occasions to deliver flyers. I can't thank you enough for being a part of our community and opening up this park with us. So we'd love all the children at one point when Jim calls you up to line up against the park here, and then we'll just kind of break through and start a new great year. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
Hey Grace, did you want to line?
Yeah, let's go. All the children, children, children.
Oh sure, yeah.
All the children can line up here with
Yeah, everybody else.
Grace, do you want to all in now, or do you want to?
There we go. All right. We've got a cool playground here.
Look, why don't you guys, do you want to stand right next to Logan? Go take a picture. And Rowan's here too.
Why don't you come on in? You got a great hat.
I'm not in the flank. You don't want to be in the picture? He wants to give you guys something. Okay, look at the camera, Rowan.
Got it?
Okay. Okay. All right. Put that down. Put that down.
On the count of three.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.